Hi guys, Jason here from Electric Bike Technologies and Liberty Trike, and today I'm going to show you how to put the smart bike light onto the Liberty Trike basket, the Liberty Trike handlebar, and then I'm going to show you how to operate it. It's much easier than reading these directions, but I would recommend that you read these directions as well. The directions are included, they're here, they're complicated. All right, let's have some fun. All right, so let's take a look down here. What do we have? What comes in the box? We got the main unit, of course. We have the bracket. It's going to go in the basket for the main unit. We've got a bracket for the front handlebar. We've got the little key fob deal that goes onto here. That's going to go on the front handlebar. This is an extra shim, this large one. This light can actually go onto the rear of seat post as well. All right, but we're not going to use that for the Liberty Trike. Here's our hardware. It's 3 screws, 3 bolts that lock. And then we have a shim here, and this is going to go with this bracket right here for the handlebar. All right, let's go with this. We're going to take the 2 large pieces first, and we're going to install this on the wire basket on Liberty Trike. All right, if you look at this closely, you're going to see that there's a hexagon shape in there. That's to hold the nut. What I'm going to do is right now I'm going to take a couple pieces of this hardware. That little tray is helpful as well, comes with it. So you need 2 screws, and you need 2 of those, so you put 1 and 1 back. All right, that's for the front. This is for the rear, so this is the whole thing. And then I'm going to take the wrench with me. We're going to head to the back here on the basket. So this wire basket, we're going to be inserting it right here, and it's going to use the pressure of these 2 right here to hold it in place. Now, this part right here is going to face with the tab down. This tab is for releasing the apparatus once it's on there and once it's secure. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take, and I'm going to put these down on the floor. You could do this on a table with the basket off, might be a lot easier, but we're going to take one of these nuts and we're going to put it on into the hexagon, right? And that way we don't need a wrench. That's kind of how that's designed. So if you get that in there and it lays like that, that's your first step. All right, I'm going to take one of these. Oh, and I dropped it already. I'm going to take one of these screws and I'm going to put it through one piece of that as well. So let me get this nut back in here. Put that in there. I'm going to put my finger over it so it stays in place. Now I have my 2 pieces. I'm going to come through and just connect it like that and start to turn with my hand just to thread it in a little bit. Get this going. Okay, and then it stops because it goes up against the locking material. So you can leave that there for a second. I'm going to grab the other nut and screw here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take this piece first, and I'm going to find that molding there, and I'm going to put that in. I'm going to keep my thumb over it. I'm going to take the screw, go through the other piece. So come around here, put that through, and then make sure you're in the right area here, okay? It's like this. We're going right in this area here between these 2 wires in this basket. I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to start to turn with my other hand and thread into that nut. Now, that's the hardest part of it, okay? So now you have it there and it's secure, and as we tighten it up, it's really going to get secure, okay? So I'm going to hold my finger there just to keep that nut in that hexagon outline on the plastic. I'm going to come back here, I'm going to use my wrench like this and start to turn it. Now as the screw comes through, you can see it starts to hit my finger, so keep your finger on the outside holding on to that nut just to keep it in place. So as that starts to lock in, now I'm going to come and do the other side. I'm going to push that in, put my finger there to hold it in the mold, and start to turn here and tighten it up. Now you can hold this whole thing while you're doing it. As you get to tighten it up, hold it up against the bracket that's here, okay? So it comes off the bottom and it's going to be a little bit more straight out. So I'm going to keep turning, and I'm just going to continue to tighten this up, and it's really going to lock into place and be really secure. So I can feel that starting to tighten up. It's getting a little harder. Just hand tight, nothing crazy here, all right? And go back to the other one. That was just to really just to position it. And there we go. That is the hardest part of all of this in this video. And now it's on there securely, and that's it. You shouldn't have to do that ever again. I'm going to take my wrench, I'm going to place it down. This is the main apparatus. I'm going to connect it for now, all right? This is the top of it. It's got a soft button on it. You can actually actuate some of the lights. I'll go through that in a minute, but you can do it by pressing. We're not going to do that now. On the bottom of it, here we go. Type C is what that's called. You can charge that. And you can charge that real quick. You can charge that right off of the Liberty Trike LCD. Every Liberty Trike LCD, if you look on the bottom here, there is a little boot cover, rubber, and that's a USB, okay? That's a 5-volt for charging any mobile devices you may have. You can also charge this light occasionally. It's going to last you a long time before in between charges, okay, depending on use, but you can charge it from that. You can charge this in the house, whatever you want to do. This connects like this. You just take it, press, you're going to hear click. That's it. It's secure. Now, if you want to get this off, that little tab underneath, you pull that forward while pulling on the device, or I'm sorry, you push that while pulling on the device and it comes off. So you push that in and it releases tension and that's how it comes off. So I'm going to push it back, click, there we go. All right, let's come up to the front. We're going to install the handlebar part of this, and this is the bracket, okay? We have the fob, we have the bracket. We have the shim. We're going to use the shim on the Liberty Trike. Now, the way to do this is we're going to do that hexagon part down and on this side because the screw is going to come through there. First thing we're going to do is put this over top like that. You want to stay mostly on the straight part. Then we're going to kind of wishbone, push down, and spread the piece so that it falls on top of the shim. You can kind of straighten that out, get the rubber underneath, okay? And then put it like that. Now, we're going to take our hardware. We have 1 bolt, 1 screw. We need to get our screw in like this. We can turn it upside down for ease while holding so the screw doesn't fall out. And then we can actually just start to thread that on. It's kind of easier than finding that hexagon. But then once you find it, you can press it down, hold it with your finger, come around here. We're going to take our wrench, and now we're going to tighten this up. And before you get it totally tight, you can certainly position it facing yourself. Drop my wrench, no big deal. All right. Do that. Get that on there. Just hand tight, that's pretty good. Okay, I don't need my wrench anymore. This is the operation fob. You can take this on and off. The way you do that is here. This has a 2032 battery, which is standard. You can find those anywhere, mainly use them for watches, but that has to be changed occasionally. Sometimes they can last a year. The way you do it is you split this open. There's a little thing there. You put a flathead screwdriver in there. This cracks apart. You change that battery every so often. So this is the way it goes, okay? If you can see that, turn signals on the bottom. And you go in there perpendicular, you press it on, turn it, and it locks into place. So that's how you get it on and off. Counterclockwise, you can take it off, you can put it on. When you go to lock up your trike, you can take it with you. I'm going to show you that in a sec. So let's go through the operation. Stay up here for 1 sec. So we have turn signals on the bottom, we have a horn in the middle, we have the security system right here, that's our alarm, and then we have 5 different patterns of light for the rear, and that's this one up here. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to take this stuff off the bike. All right, we're going to do left turn signal. This is what it looks like. I press this 1 time, left. I press this button again, off. Right turn signal once, 1 more time, and it goes off. Middle is going to be your horn. Press this 1 time, that's what you get. Press it again, that's what you get. Press it again, you start to annoy people. Here we go. Up in the corner, we have the lock. Now this is your security system. So at this point, I can hit this 1 time. There it is. Now it's locked and the security system is on. Now you can take this off and take it with you if you'd like. Now once somebody tries to move your trike, let's say it's locked up outside, you've turned it on like that. Uh-oh, now it starts. All right, so to turn that off, you just hit that lock again. You can see that's a pretty effective security system, and you control it with this, whoever has this. So you're not going to miss it. Now, I'm going to lock that back into place. That was the security system. Last but not least, okay, you have 5 different patterns here with this little button here. If you go to the back, I'm going to hit it 5 times. The 6th time, it's going to go off. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Looks like hazards. One more press, and that is off. So, that is the installation of, oh wait, there's one more thing, I always forget this one. Check this out. So if you just put it into the first pattern, right, like this, the bike is on, you kind of move it and then you go to stop, solid red light. There are no wires between these. I don't know how it works. I know it's Bluetooth, but these things talk to each other and there's some kind of inertia sensor in there. You go to stop, brake light. Probably the coolest feature on here, I mean, besides that alarm, but very cool technology, very inexpensive technology to add to your Liberty Trike. So I'm just gonna go ahead and turn that off now. Power's down. When you're charging this, by the way, you do have that Type-C charge port under there. When you're charging this, the lights will actually show you and indicate the level of charge as well. Pretty intuitive. You'll be able to check that out when you charge it. I'd recommend charging it once you get it, like you do any other electronics. So that's the install in the basket, the install in the handlebar, and that's the functionality. Read the directions. You'll be an expert. I feel like I'm an expert now. So that is the smart tail light from libertytrike.com and Electric Bike Technologies. Thanks.